hey you all, what's happening? So the flower season finished. Just got me eating, and we've jumped straight into the berries. Berry season. I've done a couple of loads to try them out, and it's not really been that much fun for me. There's a lot of waiting about at the other end where we're delivering them, and they're all from Mount Vernon. This is home neighbourhood basically, my surrounding neighbourhood, and so we've been doing berries, dropping trailers and taking them down there and stuff like that. They were meant to be drop and hook, but it never works like that. They get chopped up. But hey, I've done a couple and sold my house and said I wanted to go down the road before the next lot of our berries, which is that this is not normal high contract. It's the first time this year we've done for this farm. But our main one we do down to Portland that gives me more miles and more money and stuff like that is further down. And you see that up there, there's Richard. Anyway, yeah, the finished conversation. The berries have been going to this new farm and it's turning out to be a bit of a shit show. Anyway, I didn't want to, so I've got this load going down to California. I'm going to go do that now and ditch the berry loads of local stuff and go down there. But meanwhile, Richard has got his trailer stuck. I dropped this trailer in here last night. He didn't like that trailer, so he swapped for his trailer he brought in. He tried to get it off the bay and he got the legs ground out on the ground. So we've tried to talk him through a few little bits and pointers to get the legs back up, but it's not really working. Now he's got the piece of wood that I told him to put under the fifth wheel stuck under the fifth wheel of the trailer. So he's got his legs up and we've just got wood stuck there now. So we're just going to go see if we can help Richard get out of his dilemma from this one.
Arriving at 19099 Birkeland Road on the left.
Survey the situation. It looks like he's done it. Richard, you dragged me off the motorway, freeway. What's all that about? Why is he still doing this? So, let's go have a look, eh? See what the crack is. Back in a minute. Well, that didn't take long. Good on Richard. You've met Richard before. He's the other English guy. He's giving me back mitties for my troubles. Got him sorted out. I can't get out that way. It's where you can, but it's super tight to get round the corner. So he's going to move that trailer out there, so I can back in over here, over yonder, and then I can get back out the way I came in. I'm going to just off the freeway. I don't want no hassle. You've got to help your colleagues out. And then we can, hopefully, I'll have my details for my load so I can see. What I want to do is, I want this other load that goes down to Tracy's. It's about 1,000 miles. The frozen berry load. You've just seen it before. I've done it before, and I want to see if I can get that on today, and then Jack will come with me, and it'll be gives us time then. Otherwise, we've only got 2 days. It's Wednesday now. Unload Saturday morning. It's better to get it on now, and then we can get through Seattle, Portland, miss the traffic, then tomorrow we can kick back. And it's nice and easy. It's only a couple of 300-mile days. I've always say, if you're taking your family, you don't want to be rushing about and shit like that. You want to make things as enjoyable as possible without having to do too many miles and shit like that all the time. It's no fun. They wanna be able to look back and think, gee, that was great with Dad, you know, we not good God, Dad was just chasing and we never stopped and rushing, because it can be horrible if you let it be. Oh, you've gotta make it work for you, remember. It's for you. You are the captain of the vessel. Drop off here. I can't get my front end inside of it because if I go too far down, I'll spoil it. Oh, I said when I said I was doing the barriers because it's all drop in the field and come out kind of thing, and I'm like, I can't go in the field. I can't go in the field. Here I am, going on a bloody what? Fuck. No, we're not. That's Mark. He's stuck in the traffic going the other way. Here's me in a what looks like a building site. Yeah, I left that on the bay. He could have loaded that one, but he didn't like that trailer. I don't blame him really. This one's, even though it's got a big gouge, is better. So forward we go. Eating digestives. We need a cup of tea now. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, from California. Here we are in going around Shasta Lake, and it's been a year since beep 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 beep, but the gremlins have returned to the good old Packer. So here we have it. We're just climbing the mountains and stuff like this. So this is a bit of an advice taking a leave of bollocks. You know how it works. I have worked out in my wisdom of years of driving, we have several problems here. So when it's in automatic, it keeps slinging up the codes. The transmission needs service, blah blah blah, and then it'll put you into neutral. No gears or anything, you've got to coast on the shoulder, you've got no jake brakes. I'll go about jake brakes in a minute. You've got no jake brakes, you've got no just your normal foot brake and stuff like that. So you've got to coast to the side, turn it off for a bit, turn it back on, and then she'll go only to well, when you get onto the shoulder first, it'll let you have up to fourth gear, which, you know, fourth gear you got about 10 miles an hour. It's going to take you a long time to do 264 miles, that's for sure, isn't it? So I've if you turn it off and turn it back on again, it was going for a little bit, like 10-20 mile, and then it'd beep again, and I'm like, God, this is shit. So I thought, you've got to try all different means of why this computer is, because everything's changing gear. There's no grating, there's no nothing, there's no I'm presuming it's one of them gremlin sensors that's gone wrong somewhere in there. Anyway, just get out round here. Can't do the multitasking, can we? So I found if I put it in manual and drive it in manual, it will. It isn't working. It isn't putting the codes up. But when you're in manual, oh, we're running out of steam, girls. Come on, baby. Don't embarrass me. Let's have this Volvo, Swedish turd. If you put it in manual, yeah, it's not throwing up the codes or anything. It's driving just fine. Obviously, you've got to work on the paddle stick and go up and down. The only issue here is you don't have full jake brakes. We're not actually jake brakes anymore. Engine brakes. For the people who don't drive trucks, your engine brake is the one that's on this stick that you see me pulling down all the time. Now that works inside the transmission gearbox and slows the truck down without using your foot brakes. Eating your foot brakes, excessive wear. They're amazing things, absolutely. They've been developed since 1990s, early 90s, mid 90s they came out in big form. They've been out in Spain a lot longer than that, on back of trailers they're on, and stuff like that. Anyway, moving on. When you're in manual, if you pull your full engine brake on, jake brake, it will chuck itself into automatic. Then the code straight away will flash up, and I'll have to pull up to the shoulder and stuff like that. So you've got to be pretty careful how you're doing your engine brake. So I'm like 150 or so miles into mountain ranges I've been doing now. Last night it was a bit cooler, it's not so bad. Your brakes will heat up if you're using your foot brake too much. So it's just like going back in time. You've got to remember to go over the top of that hill slow, don't be pile driving over the top of the hill, and work it out for yourself, you know what I mean? Yes, use your brakes, but not too much. You're going to get it's getting up to 100 degrees out there, it's going to be soon. So, you know, things heat up, metal heats up very quickly in pads and stuff like that, those temperatures. My next problem is, okay, there's lots of Peterbilt shops all the way down the I-5 where I'm going. I'm going south to Sacramento, Tracy. I can pull into a Peterbilt shop, but I spoke to one of them last night. She said, yeah, we can get it in, but she said, obviously it's what year's your truck? I said 23, and she said that'll be a warranty job then. Now the problem being a warranty job, they have to get in touch with PACCAR, who then have to okay the warranty job. And then I've got double trouble because this is a lease truck, as you all know, through PAC lease. They have to then authorise it, and even though they're all the same company, but it's all fucked up. They all work separate companies, if that makes any sense. So I know for a fact if I'd have gone in last night, and this morning first thing, and I was 300 miles away, it would have taken me till lunchtime just for the okay for somebody to look at my truck before they start working on it or anything like that. So you know, you're really fighting for time. I've got to be unload in the morning, 4:45, 261 miles away. It's now 20 to 11, so I haven't got a lot of wiggle room really. And you know, if they haven't got another truck for me to borrow, it's all that, it's the knock-on effect and shit like that. And my other big problem is, with it being the lease truck, not my own truck, if I go into Peterbilt, which I can understand why they'll do this, they won't let me out again. They're going to say, no, you aren't going anywhere. And I can't go in and say, plug it in, have a look and tell me what you think. Because they're going to say, they're not going to release it. They're going to, it's their truck at the end of the day, I'll just pay for the monthly on it, rent. So they're going to say, no, it's got to stay here until it's fixed. Obviously, they don't want me to get halfway down the road and it does back up altogether and they've got to pay for a tow truck and shit like that. And in hindsight, if it was my own truck, I wouldn't be pushing it right now, because the tow trucks are just going to write you off, especially owner operator. The price they're charging, they're just, it's messed up, it really is. The world over that is, not just here, I'm talking France, Spain, everywhere. If you're, you know, and it's been going on in France for ages, they've been having your pants down. You'll be walking like a penguin by the time you finish with them bitches. They really are. I don't know how they sleep at night, the way they rob people. It's scandalous, it really is. It's bullshit. Anyway, going back. So, I daren't really take it into Peterbilt to get done. And so I don't want to shake the snake cage, you know, bear cage, you know what I mean? Because if I call my man up at Peterbilt and even mention it to him, he's going to say, oh, take it in, isn't he? And if I don't, I'm going to be liable. I'm going to be the one carrying the can, paying for that tow truck, because they'll have said, well, you knew about it, you should have gone in. So at the moment, we're just pressing on, and fingers crossed, we've got it. As well, I think, I'm not sure if it's, because I've got it in manual, I'm pretty sure that it's the manual that's overriding and not making the codes come up. Or the cruise control. Because this morning I thought I had it in manual and it came up a couple of times first thing in the morning, but I was hitting the big hills, the big mountains and stuff like that. So whether I pull the Jake on, because it's very easy to pull the engine brake on too hard and it flick it over into automatic. It only takes that little bit. Once it's in auto, poof, it seems to come up. But it might have been that I had it in cruise control, or I don't really know. But I'm not using the cruise, I'm using the manual. If you do this, just remember you haven't got full Jake brakes. Just take your time and you'll get there. Even if it takes you an hour or more than an hour, 2 hours on your journey in the day, 3 hours, it's going to be a lot less time than me sat in a shop. And plus, if I get sat in a shop, it's now Friday, coming up Friday lunchtime, I'm going to be sat there probably till Tuesday. 100 degrees outside plus down here, coming up to Reading. I've got a frozen load on behind me at -10 Fahrenheit. That reefer is going to use a lot of fuel, that fridge back there. With that kind of temperature, I'm going to have to rebook my delivery. Oh, it's just a knock-on effect, you know what I mean? It's just a big old can of worms. So you really are, my advice definitely is press on the best you can and see if you can get it there, limp it there. Always get it home. But anyway, so there's the morning advice from the wee Yorkshire. Happy summer, hey? A year, exactly a year. It was the same route I was doing now. Round to Tracy and then over to pick the chocolate up out Arena. And this is 3 times on this route that I broke down, and then my worst breakdowns. Well, I managed to get it home last time, if you remember, when the transmission was grating and shit like that, and I lost 8th and 9th, and I had to go up and down further down the gearbox to get my gears and stuff like that. But she got us home, and we went on holiday because it was the desperate one to go on holiday again. And then when I came back off holiday, if you remember, I borrowed Tim's truck, and I cost him 15k as well when I got stuck in Reno for 3 days. We got hooked back to Reno. But it's a beautiful day. There is quite a few fires about at the moment though. That's where you got the haze and crap going on. Come on, Bess, you can do it. We have faith in you. Now, ideal situation, or if it really worked, I would call my man at Dobbs, my lease company, my lease man, and he would say, "Oh yes, just go into Reading. They have a spare truck. You can hook up to that. I could go do my load, pick my reload up, come back, truck's all done." But I know for a fact there probably ain't going to be a truck in there, sat there waiting for me. I'd even take a day cab. But like I say, I don't want to call anybody until it's dead in the water. Which is, I don't know whether that's the right way or the wrong way. There's quite some hills here. It takes you, but it's not as bad as back with an old engine brake or something like that. You know, you still have got quite a lot of brake going on the electronic thing. Gummins, look at beautiful lake there. Check this out. This is Lake Shasta. Water looks very inviting. I think Reading wouldn't be a bad actually place in this area. There is a Peterbilt shop just down the road from here. I definitely wouldn't want to be stopped in Reno again. I didn't enjoy hanging out there for 3 days. I'm glad I did it, but I wouldn't want to do it again. It's not that much fun, especially seeing I don't gamble either. Over we go. Then we get a little bit further and we're out of the mountains onto the flat then, so it's not too bad. Steady then. Steady away. Plenty of boat rides and malarkey and all that stuff for the people with the proper jobs, you know. Seriously having doubts about my career just lately. After 39 years of trucking, I'm starting to think maybe I should be looking at retiring. I'm thinking of doing a different career. What do you think? because it ain't getting any better, that's for sure. But anything that goes round and round and stuff like that, and on the road is going to wear out. It's going to wear. You've got to remember that you're always going to have. Well, not breakdowns. You can prevent breakdowns, but you can't prevent electronics and things like this. You can, maintain your vehicle, so you have not as much problem on the road or something like that. But you will eventually hit something. You do a lot of miles, eventually not hit something. You'll hit against something basically. So something will come up that you've got to get done on the road. Am I? I've managed the rest of the trip. Here I am coming into the Kenworth. The Kenworth is back out. They're going to do the work on it, and it's just transmission failed. I'm stuck in. I think it's stuck in 6th gear. Last half a mile. Since I got unloaded, went back to the yard, dropped the trailer. It's been really playing up. It's what was it? 15 mile from the yard to here. And I had to turn it off and on 6 times, and now it's stuck in 6. Totally will not move. That's it. Won't go out of it, gear or anything. Stop transmission failed. Good job, got us home, got us back. That's the main. She's a good egg, isn't she? So hopefully these nice people here will I wonder where you park. Where do we park? Let's sort this out. Grumpy face, morning all. We have dashboard problems again, lights with the transmission, the gearbox, again playing up. So we are this time, this is 2nd time. I came in here last week. I was in a bit of a hurry. This is Peppy Kenworth, so we're trying the Kenworth dealer. But I came in last week, they had it for 3 days, they changed the stock, that's all they did. And they called it good. I got to the south of Seattle, boop, same again. Exactly the same again. It's a very smart building. There's 220 bucks an hour. These guys charge here, 220 bucks an hour. There's a T680 new one there, just been delivered by the look of it. Is she the diamond? You have a little sneak inside. Looks very pretty, doesn't it? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, she is. Brand new. Look at that. Oh my god, I do love these trucks. Let me just have a sneak. I'm going to get into trouble jumping around in somebody's truck. I love the interior and that. I've showed these before. These are a pretty truck. Real nice leather seats. I love this bit. You don't get this on the Peterbilt. I'm not too sure about this pretend wood look. It's just shit. It looks very plastic, but yeah, really nice. So well finished off, these ones. Oh my god, look at me getting all settled in here. They are a little smaller than mine. Only a little bit. Plenty of easy for me to say, storage, cupboard space, and all that malarkey. Love the swivel out table, all that. Let's see, these are really nice. Well, let me get out of somebody's truck. Jumping about in there. Yeah, that's yeah, that is pretty. I don't know what they run out. Probably about. With the full pack, has it got APU on it or not? I don't think it's got an APU on that. No, they're probably 185, something like that. 190. Lot of money. I'm not too. I don't know about all this pot rivety malarkey. You know, come on, we move on. Mine's still got a bit, but there's excessive amounts, isn't there? Plenty of storage under there. Comes with bunk heater. And is it a double window? Looks like it could be. Could do with a polish. Yeah, it's got double windows and everything, double lockers, the lot. Pretty trick. Anyway, going back to the transmission problem, yeah, that's the same running gear as mine as well. So they changed the stalk, 3 days it took them, got it back out, got to South Seattle, exactly the same. Won't give me any gears, just chucks its hand in and says, and you've got no gears at all, neutral, boo, got it goes down, onto the shoulder, turn it off, turn it back on and it starts again, off you go. Drives in manual perfectly, absolutely perfect. There's been a lot of problems with these, a lot of problems. I'd be interested to know if people can put in the comments, has anybody had problems with the DAFs in England and Europe? Have you had any problems with the transmission? The blaming it on the gear stalk. Now this is my second gear stalk it's had on it, and they reckon they've had some faulty ones in. He told me, did the guy here, last week alone he changed 8 of them. You know, that's pretty bad. It really is bad of PACCAR not to recall those and get that sorted out. It's obviously some cheap shit that's letting it down, and it's given them a really bad name. There's a lot on the forums about the transmission problems. Constantly, it's had a new brain inside the transmission, inside the gearbox. It's had the one that's at the top that they get to through that little hole there. It's had everything. It's had the transmission fluid changed twice, a lot, and it's still messing up. It's my downtime more than anything. It really is annoying. Hopefully, well, I'm not holding my breath actually whether they'll sort something out this time. But it has been a year, touch wood, that it's had any fault. So we managed a full year, exactly a year. So I'm gonna just tell them I'm gonna wait with it. They have got a really nice hospitality unit thing here, so I'm gonna jump and get a shower. I'm only, what am I, 20-30 mile from home here, so Steph might come and pick me up depending on how long they're going to be. I'm going to just sit out, because if you don't, it's probably going to sat there until tomorrow. You know what I mean? If you stand here and wait, it should get done. Hey you all, hello, how are you all doing? Splendid, I hope, better than me anyway. So let me tell you, I just put on my Facebook yesterday, after my problems of being into Peterbilt twice now in the last week, with the transmission problem again. So it's been a whole year, and I had put this on Facebook as well. I haven't had any problems, it's been a year now, exactly a year. Boom, there you go, the Gremlins. Gremlins came out and got the transmission, not working. It was throwing up codes the first time, so let's go backtrack a week. First time it did it, it throws you into neutral and comes up, no gears or anything. You need to get a service done, otherwise severe damage may occur. The usual crap, red lights and all the flashing. It puts you in neutral, so if you're dropping down a hill, and it can just do it randomly at any time. If you're dropping down a hill and it does it, it's going to put you into neutral, and the Jake brake doesn't work, nothing. You have the power steering, the engine's still idling and stuff like that, but no engine brakes, no nothing. You have your foot brake, obviously. I've explained to viewers before about the engine brake. What that is, if you don't, if you're not a truck driver, just quickly, that is the electronic brake that doesn't use your actual brakes on the wheels. Use the one at the back of the gearbox or inside the gearbox now, blah, 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 blah. Look it up. So it saves your brakes basically and don't overheat them. Coming down a big hill, fully loaded, no Jake brake, it's like pretty scary. You've got to get that thing slowed down. Pull onto the hard shoulder, turn it off, turn it back on again, away you go, happy as Larry. Might go for half a day, might go for an hour, might go for 10 minutes, then it'll do exactly the same again. But on my last trip I found out, put it into manual, not a problem. Works just great in the manual, in the paddle stick. Boop, 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 up and down, up and down, up and down. Excellent, through all the gears and everything. The only difference is, you don't have, it's obviously not hitting something that's throwing the codes up to safeguard the little engine against steering wheel holders, basically. So when you pull your engine brake on, you can only go to the first 3. If you try and go into the 4th one, it automatically puts you into automatic to safeguard the engine, because otherwise people would be over revving it down the hills and boop, engines would be going all over the place. You've seen how a lot of people are driving nowadays. Anyway, so that being said, you just got to take it steady, come over the mountains, come drop down the mountains and stuff like that. I am pulling a lot of mountains with these loads down to California. Got the cis shoes, and then you're coming back up through Reno and over the top there and dropping down a big old ski resort. So obviously it's on top of a hill, isn't it? It's a bloody ski resort. Dropping into Eugene. Anyway, so that said, so if you do have this same problem, the PACCAR, the DAF in Europe is the same running gear, exactly the same as that. been told they are having the problems so much. I think it's the outsource where they're getting the gear stick from, which obviously isn't a part of PACCAR. It's outsourced from somebody else, probably in China or something like that, and it's just cheap shit. The guy at the shop, the garage, told me he replaced 8 last week. 8 of these. So anyway, backtrack to the story. So first time it went in, they did all the codes, you see, the plug-in, the technician sends it off to head office, brrr, a lot of geeks, all have a look at it. Oh, it tells us that it's the gear stick that's faulty. Okay, bear in mind this is my second gear stick I've had. These gear sticks are $2,000 a pop. $2,000 a pop for the little thing on the side of the gear stick. Plus the fitting, so you're going to be 2 hours on top of that. You're probably close on to 2,500, 2,500 before you get out of the shop. I don't pay because it's a lease truck. Yeah. So, and it is under warranty because there's 6,000 miles on the warranty. So this is where you've got to keep up on me with this one. So, Pack Lease, who I lease it off, which is Dobbs over here, the Dobbs franchise, the franchise. They lease it, but they obviously want to get the insurance off it, the warranty. So I set off all happy days last week. I only got to South Seattle, exactly the same again. Same code, same everything. Carried on to California in automatics, was it 2,000 mile round trip? Automatic in manual, boop, 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 not a problem. Came back, unloaded my load, went back into Kenworth are doing it now, which Kenworth, PACCAR, they're all the same. It's the same engine, you know, so you can go there. Back into the shop, into the garage. Same again, they plugged it all in, looked at the computer, oh yeah, it's doing this, it's doing that. So I'm sat there for 6 hours. Bear in mind, it took them 3 days last time just to change a gear stock to decide it was that, which is pretty annoying really, 3 days down. So, right, this time, they said, oh, it isn't the gear stock this, it's throwing the same codes up, bear in mind. It's something in the transmission, they say now. Something in the transmission, yes. Then they came back to me. Apparently, they say there's an air dryer that dries the, not a hair dryer, an air dryer that dries the air that goes in the lines that changes the automatic. There has to be air assisted. Boop, 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 change your gears. Apparently, they say, because they looked at the date on that, they always put a date when they change the filters and things like that. The filter might not have been changed at the right time. This is what the mechanic told me. So they think it's got some shit through into the gearbox. What did he call it? He called it something else. Some I don't know, like some foreign body or something. Fucking basically shit in the inside. Well, how that's doing it, I don't know because it works in manual. But this is what the computer's telling them. This is what the geeks is telling the mechanic then. So the technician, sorry, has to then change this other part. But the other part won't be in for a week. Okay then. Zip it back up and I'm out of here. So I got him to fasten it all back up. I cleared it with my lease guy. Do you mind me driving it in manual? No, you're all right. So always clear it with your lease because, you know, if you take it out of a shop and something happens, you get a tow truck, you're going to be footing that bill. So you've got to clear it with your lease. If it's your own truck, it doesn't matter, you know, it's on your own head. But I feel quite confident it's fine in manual. It's just I'll do another trip. I'm going up and down to Portland now, and then I'm going to California. So I've got about, I don't know, 2,600 miles to do before I get it back again. Hopefully they'll have the part then. But this is the other bit. And he opened a can of worms, did the technician, when he told me this, mechanic. Because I explained I'm thinking of buying this truck when the lease is out. He said, be very careful, make sure you read all those service history was done precisely. Obviously, because there's a body of people in the office in Pack Lease, probably a whole office full, just trying to get out of leases. Not just Pack Lease, there'll be Ford, there'll be Chevy, you know, Chrysler, all them. They'll all have this team who are looking for any little excuse to get out of a lease. You know, get out of the guarantee. If something goes wrong, it's not just this, it's TVs, it's everything you talk about. So, if your service history isn't up to scratch, you may as well forget getting a lease or paying the extra. You've got to keep that service history up. Every little thing. And stamped, that book has to be stamped. All those records have to be there, otherwise you're gonna fall stuck. They're gonna have you. And you know, my last bill was 4,500 when it went in last time. This one went, by the time they're finished, I don't know how much it's gonna be. I'm probably, not me, obviously the warranty or the lease company will pick the bill up, but you're probably going to be looking at $10,000 to $12,000. $10,000 to $12,000 for a stupid little electronic fault. And seriously, between you guys, I think they're just picking at straws. I don't think they know what the hell they're doing, because the computer tells them this is what you need to do. It's like, just get in there and have a look. All we're doing is relying on computers constantly. Nobody's ripping anything apart and doing that. And then they're just trying to pass the blame on. Because I explained to them, I said, okay then, so it's not the gear stock. Can I have the old gear stock back? $2,000, you know, kind of thing. Oh, no, this is a different code. Hang on a minute, that's a little strange. All of a sudden, a week later, it's throwing a different code up, but I hadn't had any problem for a year, but it looks the same code on the dash. I know it doesn't tell me the full thing on the dash, but I don't know. Anyway, that's it. Read all your guarantee if you're buying a used truck or anything like that. Read all the service area, history and everything like that. Have a super day now. Catch you all later. Bye-bye. Here's another lake. This is going over the big mountain, going over to, where am I? Going over to Eugene in Oregon. This is lake, I haven't got a clue. Cool to something lake. Coolan Lake or something like that, I think it was. This is just the start of, you start climbing the big mountain to go up and then drop down towards Eugene and over that way. Been passing this one for a lot of years as well and never stopped. I thought, I'll check the temperatures, right? Let's have a look. There's a nice couple of little pull-ins. There's the truck, can you see it? It's up there somewhere. Just there. So it's not right underneath. You don't have to, no big walks. They've got hundreds of the orange butterflies through here. I come through the other day and I felt really bad. I hit a load of them. They were all over the place. And this is, apparently Steph seems to think they breed, they're on the way back to Mexico now, or on the way up to Canada. They go up to Canada from Mexico. Now, I'm not sure whether I believe this Steph one or not. Seems a long way for a little thing like that to go. And then for me to kill them as they drive through here. So I'll be going a little bit slower. I got a bit earlier. I thought there wouldn't be so many. But there's still there's absolutely thousands of them. But they are endangered, apparently. Or on the cuff of being endangered. But look at this. This water's, it's not, I wouldn't be swimming in it, put it that way. Jack probably would, but I'd probably get up to my knees or near me gonads and that would be it, I think. Yeah, that's, it's not much, beautiful and clear though, really nice. They've got trout in here and something else. I can't see any rises or anything like that though, so. Oh, there we go. There. A couple. Not really feeding. Might be worth a look, getting the rod down the pole. It's a bit awkward for fly fishing right here though. Unless you're going to wade out. You're going to have to wade out if you want to do that. Beautiful. There is quite a few up there now. So, do me, oh, flipping Jesus. Annika Rice, here we go. I've got all these butterflies. Look at them all. Nice little walkway. What have we got going on there? Poison oak. Don't go in there, bad boys. Oh, they'll have you. And there is said truck. Looking all pretty until we go through the killing fields of the butterflies. This is where the stretch they are as you go up here. Diamond Peak, that's where we're at. 8,700. That's pretty high, is that? That's that bit there then. That wee bit there. And you're here. This is if you're looking from the other side. We are. I'm here, not you. If you're not here, you're obviously. Anyway, press on. Doesn't get used much, this road. I don't use this one in the winter. It's hit and miss. I've come up to the end of it. You've seen the other videos. I ain't going on about that. Where I've come up to the end and then decided not to because it's been too snowy. There's a camera further up. If you look at it, let me find out what's this road. Jeez, look at them. They mosquito. Fuck they are. Piss off, little shits. This is the 580. 580, so it goes up here and then joins onto the Interstate 5 and takes me up home. But that's yeah, excuse me, that's the this is Highway 58 then. You want to be on, there's a camera, if you look up this, if you want to go on Google Maps or something like that, have a look at the camera in winter that's over the 580. The camera is just a bit further up near the tunnel, and wow, that gets really snowed up there. It's really good to have things like that now, because you can check your route and see what it's like further ahead, whether you want to go that way or not. A lot more than just chance like it used to be. Use the things to your advantage. On we go. Hello, what is it? Good morning still. Yeah, here I am, Thursday morning. I am in Pepe again. Pepe Kenworth, up in Ferndale, which is north from our house. And today we are getting, what we're getting done today, they're going to change. So I did another trip down to California and back, and in manual, because they didn't have the parts like I explained before. A week on, and hopefully they'll have the parts tomorrow. They're replacing the whole module on top of the gearbox this time, transmission. So they replaced this and said it was that, but it wasn't really that, but they weren't giving me the old one back because they said that threw a code up as well. We have the suspicions, don't we? So this time they're replacing the module on top of the transmission, the brain that tells it to change gear, this, that, and all the other good stuff. So it has had that done before, that part, a year ago, but it was only serviced apparently. They just did the O-rings and stuff like that. This time they're replacing the whole thing and the lot to see if that'll... Apparently it's a Mark II gen. Whether this is true or not, I don't know. So that's the injectors of the Mark II, the upgraded gen, they sort of call it. And this is. I thought this was the same as the DAF trucks in Europe. Exactly the same running gear. It isn't. It's the same engine, stuff like that. Even though your horsepower now, they've upped it all, and we're still on the lower ones, it will eventually probably go up over here as well. So you don't run 455s anymore. This is a 455. You're running 510s and stuff like that. Which I think these are all the new ones are all 510s, and you can still get them, but there's more going for the 510 or 500 or whatever it is. Now, anyway, the transmission, yours is an 8-speed over in Europe and England, so that's a different transmission compared to ours. This is a 12-speed, which is basically a manual gearbox with a pusher on the top trying to shove the gears around, whereas yours is built to be an automatic. Ours still isn't. We aren't using that. It's made by Eaton, it's made in Eaton, the shop, but it's stamped up as Packard. That's where it went wrong. It's like International. You know the story over here. International, they'll take a Cummins engine, put it into the International, and they've got all sorts of fucking problems. Even though the Cummins was a good engine, because they waved that little stamp on there, didn't they? But hopefully this will do it. But that is the main thing, because it isn't... It's trial and error still. They're doing shitloads of tests on them, but... I just wish they'd get the full automatic transmission and do away with it. But an 8-speed would be no good. We now have to have the 12-speed because they're different. You're only going up to 55 in Europe. We're going to whatever speed. So it's got to make the difference and stuff like that on the different speeds. Otherwise it'd be revving its gonads off, wouldn't it? So I'll keep you informed and let you know what's happening. I'm ganning yam. So we got the truck out of Kenworth. All been well. We're down in California and everything's good. Look, there's the bean. He's all excited. We're in the hotel. What's the rule, Jack? One night hotel, one night truck?
One night hotel.
With?
Swimming pool.
And look what we have there. We have a swimming pool and a Mexican restaurant right next door. This is Wairika, the place is called. So more tomorrow. I forgot to do a video, to be fair, and we've been rushing about and stuff like that. But truck's performing absolutely great with the new part on the top of the ignition and stuff, transmission, gearbox and that, so it's all good. Here we have the key. Blooming expensive, it's Saturday night, isn't it? This kid cost me a fortune, he does. He really does. 180 something bucks, that's the cheapest I could get it for. There is some other ones down the road, but there's a fair on. The firefighter is in town. They've put the prices right up. There's family reunions going on here and all sorts of malarkey. So we only got the last room as well, basically. So I ain't moving. It is what it is, and just gotta get on. You gotta do it now and then. Don't. It is then the don't. I'll open it. We've got a Lego car to put together. Seeing as today, you've got to get something. If you've got the kids with you or something like that, there must be something to do if you're going to be parked up. Well, I'm going to be parked up early. We're sort of early. It's 5 o'clock. Because my Tracy delivery is like 3:30 in the morning. So you've got to be reasonably close to have your 10 hours off. This is the first time I've stopped here, actually. I never knew this truck stop was here. It's only about 5 miles down the road. That's where I unload, just over yonder. It's a really little tiny truck stop. You do have to pay for parking, but at $10, I'm quite all right with that one. They've got showers and everything like that. There's a Denny's down the road. My intention was to turn in, and there's a hotel over there, isn't there, Jack? And we're going to go ask them, because they've got a bit of waste ground near there, if I could park on there. But I saw this truck stop and thought, oh, I'll just, because I missed the entrance actually. So I came up here, turned in a truck stop, and lo and behold, last place, didn't we? Last place. Last place, there was no other places. Here, it's only very small. So it's pretty lucky, I think, to get in there. If Steph had been with me, that was the intentions. If she comes with me and Jack, stay in the hotel over there. Which isn't a bad one. It's just over $100 a night is that one, especially like Sunday now. We're not in weekend anymore, so I think Monday, tomorrow. Go and unload first thing in the morning, then come back and pick them up, have breakfast, and then set off, and then I've got my money's worth out the hotel, you know what I mean? They don't have to get up at silly o'clock. But with just me and Jack, the idea or the thought of trying to get Jack out of bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, load him into the truck, isn't on my top of my list to try and do that, you know what I mean? And locking him in the truck all night, I think that's illegal and frowned upon, maybe. Seeing as the temperature is 106 degrees. 106, what's that? That's got to be up at 40 or something like that. So that is a bit of a pain, because we walked over there we're gonna do it in a minute. So it is, yes, oh God. It's, like I say, 5 o'clock, so we're going to be sat in here. He's sort of trapped in here now, because I've got to leave the engine running, which is quite annoying. Because I don't like leaving the engine running, but, you know, you've got to do when it's temperatures like this. It's not as though I idle it all the time, so once in a while, you know, it is what it is. You've got to do what you got to do. And then we'll obviously have a TV night and that after this. I think he wants us to... Do you want me to do that? Yes. There we go. Oh, here we are, venue number 2. We got unloaded first thing this morning. I didn't bother doing video on it because you've seen it before. It's in Costco. And it's diggy dark, so you can't see anything. Jackson has rose from the slumber. So now he's been fed his breakfast. Obviously breakfast in bed. This is where we're at. Later on a Monday, or if you get here early, it's not so bad. If you get here later on, it gets a little bit busy with trucks and that. So pulled in, usual thing. I don't know what his trip is, but the kid here, every time you come in, he says, oh, your floor's wet, your floor's wet. Ideally, it was for the first few times I came here, because we have frozen on, and then we're like a 3.5 hour journey over here, and you get here and it still might be damp on the floor. He doesn't drive like driving his forklift on the wet floor. Okay.
It's annoying.
What?
It's annoying.
It is annoying. So we're rush here. We want to get on because we want to get to the hotel and get turned around and everything. So what I do now, started the reefer before and ran it for an hour on 95 degrees, so it's hot in there. Left it for an hour, turned it off, so everything's dried out. There was a little tiny bit, I just checked it before. I told him I've dried it out and everything like that before he comes up with his little tail, and I knew back straight on the bay. Yep, sure enough, 5 minutes later he walks up. Oh, it's a little bit wet in there.
There's only One
It's a
spot.
metal foot. There's only one spot, as Jack says. Yes. Here's my witness to it. Yeah, look. One spot. So now we have to put it back onto heat again, rev the reefer right up, and try and dry it out. Oh, I put a dryer in as well. He always says it's like this little routine he's got. I've seen him do it to other trucks as well and stuff like that. I think it's just a little thing he does, and he will turn you away here if you have a dirty trailer or anything like that. That's another one of his. He likes to turn people away. So never ever come in with a slight dirty trailer, otherwise you've got a 50-mile trek north before you're going to find a truck washer or washout, and then 50 mile back, so you're 100 mile. Then you're probably going to miss your little pickup as well, so you know it's not that much fun. But anyway, we're the one on the bay. Are you eating your breakfast? All of it? Are you sure?
I haven't drank the milk, but I
Eight.
ate my.
Very good. Well, we're going to go get a wash. There's a nice washroom and what have you in here, so we'll go get a wash and stuff, and then hopefully we won't be too long and we'll be out of here. We're in the Holiday Inn! Hotel number 2. It's very expensive having a Jackson with you. His demands are very much hotels, swimming pools. Oh, and the Meccano. We didn't finish it off yesterday. So we've had a hell of a day. We've pushed hard because of the hold up of you've got Cheetos all over your face. Jackson's done really well today. Yes, we've got to do that. Go look at that swimming pool. Look at the mirror. Look at the swimming pool and the hot tub. He's done really well. We've pushed 600 miles out today. Yes, Jackson.
Now can we do it?
Yes, we can. Let's go check in. Turn the telly off. We're out. Turn the telly off. Or are you staying in here? It's 100. Look at that, 106 degrees. So this time of year it is a bit pricey. If I'd have been on my own, I wouldn't be staying in a hotel like this. I probably would stay tonight in a hotel because of the temperature. I don't like running the truck, but I'd have got something for like $70 or something like that without a swimming pool or something. You know, it's cost me like $40 a night to run the truck. So if you're paying $70, 100% taxable write-off as well. So you know, Steph. So it'd be all right, wouldn't it? So in we go. Get off, monkey. Yeah. Let's go check in. Yeah. So we're at Klamath Falls. I've got to get here. Got to get over the state line, and then I can make it home from here in one hit, which is pretty good. Give me a show in a bit. Let me get in. Out of the hotel and coming down the mountain. There we go. We had a late start this morning. We didn't get up till, what was it, about 7 o'clock or something like that. Checked out, had breakfast first and checked out. Jack's still in the back. I just want to show you, this is absolutely beautiful. This is on the Eugene side of the mountain now, coming down 58 to beat Interstate 5. Absolutely beautiful run it is. Really love it round here. Spectacular. But Jack is not sharing the same love for the mountain as I am, because he's lost all internet in the back and he's like having a hissy fit. Oh no! Why can't we get internet? What's going on? Look, Jack, we're in the middle of goddamn nowhere. How are we getting on back there? Is it working again? I can't believe that. It's back on again. Incredible, the internet coverage nowadays. 4K on the TV or whatever it is, and you can still pick it up going over a mountain pass. It's only a little bit where it goes in and out and you can't get it. It's incredible. Really is. Modern bloody technology, eh? Goodness gracious. Who would have thought about it back in the good old days with your black and white TV? Oh, right, yeah. They were nice, weren't they? So, we aren't going to be up. We're probably going to hit Portland traffic as well or something like that. So we're going to stick it a little steady. Otherwise I'll lose too much time in there. We're 7 hours from home. We will be home tonight. And then I'll go up and unload this tomorrow. I've got a light on the dashboard, surprisingly. It really boils my piss with these ones. With the anybody who follows me knows I absolutely love this truck, and I'll defend it. I can say, oh yeah, it's a shit, and then if somebody else says it, he like gets my hackles up. Well, that's not reliable. It's like, it is. It is. Shut up. Get all protective, but when you have a light comes on the dashboard in this, you can go scroll through your menu and go into the problems and what have you, diagnostics and shit like that. And with this one, it'll just tell you. It won't tell you anything. It's not coming up. There, I've got the ABS light on. I don't know if you might be able to see it from over there. The ABS is to do with the trailer. It always does it on this trailer. I don't know why. My ABS works just fine and everything, but it comes on the light. I haven't bothered, you know. I know the ABS works, so I ain't gonna worry with that. But this other, the engine light, that comes on, but it doesn't tell you what's wrong. The problem is this morning it came up low coolant, so I filled it right up with coolant. I had some coolant with me, filled it all up and everything like that. I have in the past, I've just turned that off and haven't bothered. I've just started it and run it, and it usually goes off. But I thought, no, I'll fill it up today and fill it right up. So I did, and now the coolant, apparently it's the coolant light, right? Bear in mind, backtrack a bit. It doesn't tell you, but the coolant light did come on earlier. So I filled that up this morning. Right, get going down the road, the light doesn't go out. Turned it off, started again, still doesn't go out. Fucking thing, I don't know what's wrong with it. But it doesn't tell you on the dash when you go through the menu. You can't actually access the menu when you're driving along with the Peterbilt. With the Freightliner, the DD15, probably can't on newer ones now. As you're driving along, you can access everything, you can see what's going on and everything. But oh no, safety guards, the truck driver, we can't have him fiddling with buttons and shit like that, no. So, why isn't the AC working? Jack, have you got some... Oh no. Don't matter, I thought you might have turned off in the back. So you can't access the menu as you're driving along, unlike the Freightliner, which is nice. It's handy. A light comes on, you quickly scroll through, you know, okay, that's not that important, keep going. Nope, you've got to stop, put the handbrake on, put the parking brake on, then you can scroll through. Then it still doesn't tell you anything. This is the best bit. But it does transmit to the office, sends them an email and tells them what's wrong with it. What the fuck? Because this is leased in Anchor's name, it doesn't come to me. I need to change the email so they actually come directly to me. But that, still by the by, what I'm getting at is, it's absolutely ridiculous that the driver in this day and age, this is what we're up against. We've got some cock in an office who doesn't think the driver needs to know what's wrong with the truck that he's driving. But the guy who's probably not got a CDL, not got an HGV, or never driven a truck in his goddamn life, gets an email in the office, gets it told. What? I'm getting on a rant now. I'm really up. That is absolutely ridiculous, isn't it, Jack? Stupid. Say yes.
Yeah.
There you go. Jack agrees. Absolutely ridiculous. The driver doesn't need to know. Why would the driver need to know? Dumb. Absolutely dumb. So that's what you're up against. So I call Casey. Casey tells me it's the coolant level is low. I filled it up. Oh, that's what it's saying. Your coolant level's low. Okay then. It's stupid. And it's not low. Well, so now to get that to come off, I'll probably have to go into Peterbilt. Bear in mind, this is a lease, so it ain't going to cost me. But if it was mine, I'd have to go pay the $150 to get it plugged in, to get it taken off on air, because it's probably just a code that's stuck on. Robbing bar stewards, they really are, I'll tell you. Bollocks to them, a lot of them. Eddie Jack? Yeah. Terrible going on. All they want is your money, ain't they? Don't they? Yes. Yes. We don't want to give them our monies, do we? No. Is that telly working yet? Oh dear. But it's a grand day and we're going forward and we've got full J. Automatic's working fine. It does do a funny thing. Doesn't do it first thing in the morning. It's not funny really. It does a lot of clacking underneath, so I am going to have to go back in and get him just to listen to that, because I've never noticed that before. You turn it on, it doesn't do it first thing when it's cold, but when it's warmed up it does it. If you've turned it off, turned it back on again and start her up, underneath it'll go clack, clack, like a not a nice noise, like it's trying to get into gear, or it's trying to move something down there. It just doesn't sound healthy though. Does it about 4 times and then stops. But apart from that, we've got full transmission change, gear change, and everything, which is nice. But you know, I got that used to driving it in manual. I'll have to wait until I've finished or done another trip, because I have noticed though, I was getting 8 to the gallon on this run when I've been using manual. It's dropped to 7.8 now in the automatic. But I have hammered it. I've been going quite a bit faster than what I've been on my own and things like that. So that's going to obviously make a difference. So I'll have to do another one at 60 mile an hour rather than I've been pushing 65, 70s and things like that in places. So, well, that's going to make the difference as well, obviously. Look at that. All dry in winter, that. August, barren, dry. Dry as you like. Slowly drying out now right over yonder. It's a reservoir, that. You can't even see it, can you? I'm just waving my hand over yonder. It's over there. Jackson chairs in the way as well. You've seen it before, I've shown it on other videos. You want to go paddling, Jack? You want to go in the river? You want to get the fishing rod out, get the pole out? Go fishing? No? Okay. On we go. Jack's just come out with a good one. Jack, are you going to be a truck driver? Why not?
Because of that!
We've had bumper to bumper to bumper to bumper to bumper. Traffic, that's Seattle down there. It's pretty, isn't it? It's pretty. It is a very pretty city. I'm not a big city lover, I've said this before, but Seattle's quite nice actually. If you're over here and you want to have a little wander around, it is very steep up and down hills and stuff like that. You might want to hire yourself one of them little scooters or something like that to save your little old legs. But, oh yeah, oh, we finished the car. There you go, the finished product. Da, da, da. Yeah, it is a nice city. But yeah, Jack don't want to be a truck driver because of this, basically. Yeah, we've had traffic all day through what is it, where was it, Portland was all messed up and stuff like that. Summertime, it's to be what it'll be. So we've got the express route anyway lane, so hopefully we'll be straight through and running 75 mile from home. So on we go. And look where we're at. Kenworth again. So we've plugged in the diagnostics and the Dr. Packard man. Yes, it is Kenworth. This is a Peterbilt. Yes, we get that. But it's the same engine, so that's why we come in here. This is my local one, close one. It's in between the other one that I used to go to Marysville from home, so it's either anyway. I was loading just over the road, unloading rather, at the farm with the chocolate. Jack bailed, no Jack, but left all his remnants of goodies and shit and everything. We've tidied up a little bit. Thanks Jack for all the crisps inside the bed, that was interesting. But it was fun, we had a good laugh. Yeah, I got unloaded this morning, come over, they plugged in with the diagnostics and they've come up with a shitload of different codes and stuff like that going on. So rather than just leave it here, the guys here have said, do you want to take it? I said, yeah. He said, because it's going to be a warranty job, it's got to go to the head office first, and then they've got to decide what part they're going to throw at it next, basically, where we're going to go from here, which is fun, isn't it? Apparently, this is exactly the same transmission as the Eaton, which is with twinned with a Cummins. Basically, the only difference is it says Packard on the top, so that's where it went wrong, really. It's like the International, isn't it? You can do what you like with an International, put the International on, and it goes all wrong. But saying that, let's just change it. Looking at that International, now I am getting excited about that. That's got the juices flowing, I'll tell you. The new International with the... it's basically a hybrid. Look it up, have a look at that. The truck looks really nice. It's like a Marmite truck. You'll either love it or hate it. Very streamlined. Very similar to this, but a bit more streamlined. And a lot bigger cab. I do not like the old International truck cab. The layout, I just don't like it. It's too small. It's been on the market for years and years. It's like the old CF DAF. It needed upgrading, basically. Everybody else has. The Peterbilt, the Freightliner, everybody's done a facelift on the trucks. Apart from International, they're still using that. Anyway, hopefully this hybrid, if it ever comes onto the market, will be good. It's going to be powered, so it's got an electric engine to power yourself off, just like a normal car. I had a quick read up on it, and so your traffic lights and stuff like that are going to use the electric, and then when it gets going along, it'll kick into the diesel-powered engine, which is the S13, which is the Scania engine. That's what I was worried about, which engine they were going to use in there. It's the Scania S13 with a full automatic transmission and everything like that. So all made in-house, aftermarket DEF system, twin system on it and all that stuff, all that good stuff. Tried and tested. We know the Scania's engine's a good one. Please, please, International, don't fuck it up. Make it work this time. You need this. You've been given the Scania engine to work with, so let's make it work. I really hope they do. So I'm going to go over the wash, I think, and get the truck washed. I've got another load, and it's not out of here until 2 o'clock this afternoon. It's 11:30 now, so I may as well get the truck washed. There's no point in going home 30 mile down the road to come back 30 mile. It's not worth it, so I'll just hang up here for a bit. And I'm back on the berries, doing the berry loads down to Curtis and what have you, so I'll finish my week off. What day is it? Is it Wednesday? I don't even know what day it is. Wednesday, yeah. So that'll be tonight's load. Probably go home, have some dinner, get it on, go have some dinner, otherwise I'll hit the traffic. And then go later tonight. It's agricultural, so it doesn't matter. I drop and hook, so it's straight down to the farm, drop it, hook onto an empty, straight back. A 300 and just shy of 400 mile round trip to home. So a nice little earner. See you all later. Look, I'm back on the funny farm again. Oh, back on the berries. Let's see what's happening here. There's your machine that rattles all the berries off. Got berries here, berries from all over the place. The berry army are out. Forecast of rain, so they're going to probably work late tonight. I need to find me an empty trailer and turn and burn back to Mount Vernon, back to near where I live. When Mr. What is going on here? That looks awkward to steer and drive, doesn't it, eh? What? Forklift man's going to make his mind up here. There's decisions. Here we go. We're thinking, oh, hey, that thing's wobbly, isn't it? What field is it going down? Oh, you seem to have left a load of... All at the side, he could have dropped those, but there's his entrance, I think that one. Oh, look where he's dropped that. Right in the middle. He could have dropped it anywhere. Got the side. Nope. We'll drop it in the middle of the road. That's forward thinking, wasn't it? Brains. What are you doing? You're not even holding the steering wheel, man. God. They look really weird. Yeah, get out of the way. Let me get out of the way. Barry's coming in. Barry's already in. It's a crazy time. Lots of waves. We're very wavy people. We like to wave. Drop and hook. There's my laddie. I was going to take that black one, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to put this shit. You know what? I'm going to put that. I'm just going to put it there. I'm going to put it down the side there, or there. Up to that black one, something like that. I think that'll do. It'll do for me. Look at this blindside reversing, check me out. Big truck coming backwards. I've got a clue where I'm going. I think it's that way. Anybody see? Beep beep, move out of the way. Look at that. This is Eta's trailer. It's our newest trailer, so we don't want to be whacking this. It's been nice. I've used this trailer for quite a bit now, nearly 3 weeks or something like that, and it is a really nice trailer. This is a utility one, whereas mine's a Vanguard one. With this, it's got a carrier motor on the front of it. I'll tell you what. This, if you're thinking of buying one, I was all for the carrier. Really like the carrier motor and stuff like that, but it's actually changed my mind. This is a lot more economical. It really is. Very good. Holds a lot better than the Vanguard. Holds the temperature so much better. It really does. There's my trailer actually. There. Oh no, I didn't. That was my own. A bit of a shunty shunt, and we're good. So we're in here. Get rid of that. See you in a bit.